In the early morning hours of October 25, 2025, the tranquility of a typical subway ride in Brooklyn was shattered. A 37-year-old man endured a vicious attack while traveling on the Q train through the Flatbush neighborhood. As the train rattled along its tracks, the victim was unexpectedly slashed across the left side of his face. The incident occurred at approximately 6:30 a.m., a time when many are just beginning their day, highlighting the unpredictable nature of such violent acts. The attack was sudden and left many passengers in shock. Eyewitnesses described the assailant as aggressive and unprovoked, instilling fear among those present. The victim, whose identity remains protected for privacy, was quickly attended to by fellow passengers and emergency services once the train reached the next station. He was transported to a nearby hospital where he received immediate medical attention for his injuries. The randomness of the attack has left commuters on edge, questioning their safety on public transport. As the news of the incident spread, it quickly became a topic of concern across the city, emphasizing the need for enhanced security measures in public spaces. This attack was not only a physical assault but also a psychological blow to the sense of security that New Yorkers hold dear. Following the attack, the New York City Police Department launched an intensive manhunt for the perpetrator. Their efforts culminated in the arrest of Odyssey Head, a 27-year-old resident of Brooklyn. Head was apprehended after police reviewed surveillance footage and gathered testimonies from witnesses who were present during the attack. His arrest was announced on October 28, 2025, bringing a sense of relief to the city. Odyssey Head is no stranger to law enforcement, with a history of criminal behavior that includes previous arrests for minor offenses. The authorities believe that his escalating pattern of violence may have contributed to the brazen nature of the subway attack. Head's arrest marks a significant breakthrough in the case, but it also raises questions about the factors leading to such violent outbursts. The community's response to Head's arrest has been mixed. While many are relieved that a suspect is in custody, there is a growing call for more comprehensive measures to address the root causes of urban crime. Residents are urging city officials to consider both immediate and long-term strategies to prevent such incidents from recurring. Odyssey Head faces a formidable list of charges, reflecting the severity of his alleged crimes. He is charged with over 24 offenses, including 3 counts of attempted murder, which underscore the potential lethality of the subway attack. Additionally, Head is charged with multiple counts of assault, burglary, menacing, and criminal possession of a weapon. The charges extend beyond the subway incident, painting a picture of a pattern of criminal behavior. Trespassing, criminal mischief, and even arson are among the accusations, suggesting that Head may have been involved in a broader spree of illegal activities. The comprehensive nature of these charges indicates the seriousness with which the authorities are approaching this case. These charges are intended not only to bring justice to the victim, but also to serve as a deterrent to others who might consider similar acts. The legal proceedings against Head will likely be closely watched, as they will reflect the city's broader strategy in combating urban crime. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for how similar cases are handled in the future. As the investigation into the subway slashing progresses, the police have expanded their scope to include other similar incidents that occurred over the same weekend. 2 other slashings were reported in the vicinity, raising suspicions of a possible connection. The authorities are meticulously examining evidence to determine if these attacks are linked. The potential connection between these incidents has prompted a citywide alert, with increased police presence in subway stations and surrounding areas. Detectives are working tirelessly to piece together the puzzle, analyzing surveillance footage and interviewing witnesses to uncover any links between the attacks. The possibility of a coordinated effort or a single perpetrator responsible for multiple crimes has not been ruled out. This ongoing investigation highlights the challenges faced by law enforcement in maintaining public safety amidst rising crime rates. The complexity of these cases requires a multifaceted approach, combining traditional detective work with modern technology to apprehend those responsible. The outcome of this investigation will be crucial in restoring a sense of security to the city. The recent spate of violent incidents has left New Yorkers feeling vulnerable and anxious about their safety. The subway, once a symbol of the city's bustling life, now feels like a potential danger zone for many commuters. This pervasive sense of insecurity is not limited to just the victims and their families, but extends to the wider community. Residents are calling for immediate action from city officials to address the rising crime rates. there's a growing demand for increased police presence, improved surveillance systems, and greater community engagement to deter criminal activities. The fear of becoming the next victim has led some to reconsider their daily routines, opting for alternative modes of transport, or, avoiding certain areas altogether. The psychological impact of these crimes cannot be underestimated. The constant threat of violence weighs heavily on the minds of city dwellers, affecting their quality of life and sense of well-being. Addressing these concerns requires a coordinated effort between law enforcement, government officials, and community leaders to foster a safer environment for all. Amidst the backdrop of rising urban crime, President Donald Trump delivered a forceful speech aboard the USS George Washington in Yokosuka, Japan. Addressing United States troops and Japanese allies, Trump outlined his administration's approach to tackling crime in American cities. His speech was a direct response to the growing concern over public safety in urban areas like New York City. Trump emphasized his commitment to ensuring the safety of United States cities, declaring that his administration would not hesitate to take decisive action. He highlighted the deployment of the National Guard as a crucial step in curbing crime and restoring order. The president's speech was characterized by a sense of urgency, reflecting the seriousness with which his administration views the issue of urban crime. The speech was well received by many who support a strong federal response to crime. However, it also sparked debate among those who question the effectiveness of such measures. Critics argue that deploying the National Guard may not address the root causes of crime and could lead to increased tensions between law enforcement and communities. In his speech, President Trump made a bold promise to deploy the National Guard to cities grappling with high crime rates. He stated unequivocally that if additional resources were needed beyond the National Guard, they would be provided. This commitment underscores his administration's readiness to escalate federal involvement in addressing urban crime. Trump's promise to send the National Guard reflects a proactive stance on crime prevention. By leveraging federal resources, the administration aims to bolster local law enforcement efforts and provide a visible deterrent to criminal activities. The presence of the National Guard is intended to reassure residents and send a clear message that crime will not be tolerated. The decision to involve the National Guard has been met with both praise and criticism. Supporters argue that it demonstrates a strong commitment to public safety, while detractors worry about the potential for increased militarization of civilian spaces. The effectiveness of this strategy will depend on its implementation and the cooperation between federal and local authorities. During his address, President Trump did not shy away from criticizing the leadership in cities struggling with crime. He singled out Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker for his handling of gun violence in Chicago, a city that has long been plagued by high crime rates. Trump's remarks were part of a broader critique of local leadership in cities with persistent crime issues. The president's criticism of Chicago's leadership highlights the ongoing debate over the most effective strategies for reducing crime. Trump argued that strong leadership and decisive action are essential in tackling urban violence. He also pointed to his administration's success in reducing crime in Washington, D.C., as evidence of the efficacy of his policies. Critics of Trump's approach argue that blaming local leadership oversimplifies the complex nature of urban crime. They contend that a comprehensive strategy must address underlying social and economic factors contributing to violence. The dialogue between federal and local leaders will be crucial in developing effective solutions to these challenges. The rising tide of urban crime necessitates a multi-pronged approach to ensure the safety of city residents. Solutions must encompass both immediate actions and long-term strategies to address the root causes of violence. Collaboration between federal, state, and local authorities, as well as community engagement, is essential in crafting effective policies. In the short term, increasing police presence and deploying resources such as the National Guard can help deter crime and reassure the public. However, these measures must be complemented by efforts to improve community police relations and build trust. Ensuring that law enforcement is seen as a partner in safety rather than an adversary is crucial. Long-term solutions require addressing the social and economic factors that contribute to crime. Investment in education, job creation, and mental health services can help alleviate the conditions that lead to violence. Community programs that foster resilience and provide alternatives to crime are essential in creating a safer urban environment. Ultimately, Making cities safer is a shared responsibility. It requires the commitment of leaders at all levels of government, as well as the active participation of community members. By working together, cities can overcome the challenges posed by crime and build a future where all residents can thrive.